Hi everyone and welcome to the Learning Ladders. Today I'm sharing with you how I teach science in 6th grade. Now I have done this video for language arts, maths and history, so I'll link those below in case you are interested in those other subjects. Okay, so this year we're doing our science as part of our Dragon Academy, which is my Wings of Fire unit study, and one of the things it incorporates is obviously science. So I scheduled 4 topics throughout the year that go with Wings of Fire. So the first one is kitchen chemistry, and we are using Nomad Press. Biomes, and again we are using Nomad Press. Biomes is particularly relevant because all of the Wings of Fire characters come from different biomes. Biodiversity and geology. I also added on kingdoms and classifications. That's something we do on a Friday and is not part of Dragon Academy, but it's just something I decided to add. We use our Prey Center book, which has all our experiment sheets in here. So this is an example of a blank one. So when there is an experiment to do in one of our Nomad Press books, then we will complete this. We've also used this for part of our additional science, which we've been doing with the Dragon Academy, and that is more experiment based, and that is the science kitchen science cookbook and science experiments you can eat book. So we'll also use our Prey Center experiment sheets to complete when we do experiments in here as well. And it's called Prey Center because of the fact in Wings of Fire that that's where the dragons eat, in the Prey Center, and because it's kitchen science I thought it would be most appropriate because we did a lot of kitchen science. So how it works in terms of the schedule is we do science every day, and as you can see in the on the schedule it'll tell you what chapter we're up to, and my daughter painted my nails Mother's Day, what chapter you're up to, and also any videos that are to be watched during that particular lesson, and then also the book activities and any experiments. So in this week there is an experiment to make honey wheat bread. So these are either videos that I found that I thought would be appropriate or video suggestions that were in the science books themselves. We also have our science notebook from School Nest, and we'll put anything additional in here that we come across or that you'd like to make notes on. Okay, so now I thought I'd just show you through some of the books so you can get an idea of what they're like. I've already done a flip through of kingdoms and classifications, so I'll leave that below, but I'll show you now through each of the Nomad Press books. So this is the kitchen chemistry, cool crystals, rocking reactions and magical mixtures with hands-on science activities. This one has an introduction and then 8 additional chapters. So we're covering atoms and molecules, mixtures, solids, liquids, gases, and so on. So they always have a little comic strip, which my daughter always thinks is funny. They have an essential question, words you should know section. Again, words you should know. And then there are lots of images throughout. And then you'll get the odd QR code to scan. It'll be a website, it could be a video, it could be an activity as you go through. Then as you get to the end of the chapter, there'll be several different activities that you can do. So this one is about how chemicals change, and it's something we can use a notebook for. Look at the chapter 1 because that was just the introductory chapter. So as you can see, there is a video to watch. Now when we did the Nomad Press book, we also used a different book as well to go with this specific one for chemistry. Let's give you a look through the first actual chapter so you can see the level, what it's like in terms of what's covered. And then it has several experiments. So pop a balloon with no hands, make meringues. So that's where your kitchen science comes in. Now when we were using the chemistry book, we also used my Elements book from Dragon Academy. If you can see the gold shimmering on his talons. And she would complete a sheet like this. So it'd say what the element was, she'd define it, she'd write the chemical symbol, the mass number, draw it, uses, atomic number, the state, and boiling and melting points. And to get that information, we used the periodic table book from Scholastic. And this has all the information here for her. And it's really, really visual, a book to look at. It is actually a really good book. So that's what that looks like. I'll just show you a couple more chapters in this one, then we'll move on to the next one. So this is chapter 5, liquids. Again, we've got something here, QR code. Then we've got wave tank, layer cake liquids, and a black. And then we'll look at chapter 7, a change of state. Again, we've got our essential question, words to know, swamp, colour, melting points and boiling points. Okay, and our experiments are over here. Again, some kitchen chemistry. Okay, so that's the kitchen chemistry book. Next, we have moved on to biomes. Okay, so there's the introduction and then 11 chapters in biomes. So we've got lots of different biomes included, so tundra, savanna, grassland, ocean, and so on. This works wonders with Dragon Academy because of the Wings of Fire characters being from different places. We've got the rainforest, the desert, and so on. Okay, so here's the first introduction chapter. Again, you've got your words to know, lots of graphics and visuals, maps, and so on. And then we've got another QR code, and then make a paper mache globe. That was the introduction chapter. We'll just skip to chapter 3. So we're on carnivorous forests. Again, we've got a QR code here. That was actually fun. It was to look at a map of where birds migrate. That was a fun one. Erosion vessels, pinecone bird feeder, experiment with acid rain. And we'll just skip ahead to oceans. Again, another QR code here, geological survey. A second QR code in this one, ocean predators. Okay, moving on to biodiversity. Okay, and this one we have the introduction and then 6 chapters. Okay, so here's the intro chapter. What is biodiversity? QR code, link. Levels of biodiversity. And it talks about the scientific method. And then 3 levels of biodiversity activity. Okay, we'll look at chapter 2, biodiversity everywhere. Again, we've got several QR codes in this one to look at. And then make biogas, visit a wetland, the human microbiome, and sample the water. Okay, and if we look at this chapter 6, protecting biodiversity. Lots of QR codes for them to look at on this one. Renewable energy. Okay, things you can do. Magnified microbiome, and then go on an energy diet, get to know your food, plant a bee garden, and so on. And then you always have the glossary at the end. Okay, so Geology Lab for Kids. So basically I just scheduled it in Dragon Academy and put what labs we were going to do. And this has got 52 projects to explore rocks, gems, geodes, crystals, fossils, and other wonders of the Earth's surface. I also bought a pack of geodes. I bought some rocks, minerals, and gems, and one of those big kits that you can get. So it does have them all broken up into different sections, different topics, but there are 12 units in total. It does have some introduction to geology, identifying rocks and minerals. And then you go straight into Unit 1. So it has your materials, safety tips, the protocol, and then the creative enrichment and the science behind the fun. And it's the same throughout for every single lab that you do. Again, we're using our Elements book from Dragon Academy. This time I have rocks pages for her to fill out all the information. I also have minerals and gems. And again, to complete those, you'll be using the Rocks, Minerals and Gems book, the definitive visual catalogue of the treasure beneath your feet. Again, this is super visual, just as the Elements was. It's got all the information on here for her to use. And these are the kits that I got to go with. So I got the polished gemstones from National Geographic. I also got the rock, mineral and fossils kit. And I got the geodes kit. She's opened a couple of them. She's opened these two, but not the geodes one, because we're saving that till we got to our geology unit, just because she really wanted to look at it. I also got a rock tumbler, which we used over the summer, and she absolutely loved it. I actually filmed the whole thing, and I need to eventually make that into a video. I just never got around to it, to show you what gems we got, because it was really, really fun. Definitely recommend getting a rock tumbler. It takes forever though, that's the only thing. And it's really loud, so I'm really looking forward to it in our new house, because we can put it in the garage, because this time we had it in our laundry room and you could only have it on for a certain amount of time before you had to turn it off because it was just so loud. But other than that, it was so fun to do. So that's what we've been doing for science for 6th grade even. So far we have done kitchen chemistry lab. We have also we're also on biomes currently. So when I'm filming this, we're on week 18. So we're on chapter 7, tropical savannas. So we've still got biodiversity to do and our geology. But yes, we've really, really enjoyed science this year. I do like Nomad Press. I've never used it before, but I definitely do like it. Here they are. So those were the ones we've used this year, and I would definitely recommend them. We've really enjoyed them. Very interactive with lots of activities in. So that's what we've been doing for science for 6th grade. If you've got any questions, leave them below. Check out my other videos if you want to see what we're doing for language arts, maths or history, and I'll see you in our next video. Take care. Bye for now.